of the new force seeking to be president of Ghana. Now, you've talked about having to create wealth. You've talked about all these things. We need to, refine. We need to manufacture. We need to produce. But all of these will start also. You need funds to produce. Where would you get these funds from?
I think that's the question Africans have been asking themselves. Where would you get these funds from? Where would you get these funds from? Because we're just used to aid. We're just used to people giving us. You create wealth within your circles. So if I look at our system today, we have about 21 institutional markets or companies or governmental institutions that can really let whatever revenue circulate. If we say we have a GDP of 75 billion, we should be able to tap into 10% of that. It's national income. So it's the people, how they are using the resources and the funds of the country. If you don't have a great mentality and knowledge about investment, I'm sorry, you will squander the money, you will burn it, and you will always go out there and beg for money. See, one of the reasons why rich people don't just give money to people, I'll tell you why. They just look at you and they can see you will squander it. So they just give you a drop, and that drop is what you deserve, and you can work 24 hours for it. But don't ask the rich man how he made his money, because he's never going to give you the full template and tell you that this is exactly what you do to make money A to Z. No, you just need to know how to manage money, how to maintain these resources, how to invest, and you need to supervise and monitor the investment and see its returns. I'm living in a country where a lot of people are taking money from the state resources, and then they have a lot of paperwork around it that to prove that yes, the money is gone, but the returns of the money, no one is taking the responsibility for it. So we have become a liability to our own resources, our own funds, and however it went, we don't know. If we just keep having borrowed money going up, and today, whatever money that we owe, it's almost close to our GDP. Now, I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but if you can't borrow more than 50 billion, more than 100 billion based on your own reserves, then when are you going to get the money to even pay your loan, pay those debts? Because right now, I think this country needs to tax the nation and use whatever taxes that they're getting to go and pay interest.
Tax which nations?
I'm saying that some of our taxes, like, the returns is going on interest of money we've borrowed. What the same tax money can help our disabled people, it can help some investment, it can help some of our roads, it can help. It's about thinking.
Okay, now, let's look at where we are currently. This is what is facing us. This is a country that has a deficit of beyond 50 billion Ghana cedis. You're talking about raising some 170 billion by GRA, raising some 170 billion. But you're looking at spending.
I didn't say 170 billion. Where did you get figures
from?
No,
I'm giving you figures. Are
these your figures?
I'm giving you figures from the budget. The budget. Okay. This is Ghana. When I'm done, you would understand why. Okay. I'm giving you these figures to actually ask my next question. So this is your reality. You plan to raise 170 billion. You plan to spend in excess of 220 billion. It means you have a deficit. Now, your capital expenditure budget is it's less than 50 billion. This is the country where interest payments, payment of salaries, take basically all your money. So you say tap into this, tap into that. Somebody says tap is very broad. How is Nana Kwame Bediako going to make sure that he's able to get whatever he needs? In the past, we've been promised a Ghana beyond 8, and this is where we are. How different is it? They say, show me how you intend to do these things you talk about.
Well, before I answer your question, I would just like you to confirm something. You talked about big figures, 180 billion, deficits of 50 billion, this, that. But you said one thing. What you said is that money is consumed by what? Workers. They pay them with it, right?
Interest payments, yes.
Interest payment. So definitely we don't have the right mind, and we're not in the right mind frame to control our resources, because it's being absorbed from one side. if you're talking of all these big figures and then it's just going to workers, what are the workers doing?
Interest payments.
Well, interest payment, fine.
Government transfers.
Well, I understand all of that, but you mentioned two things. Interest, let's take it even if it's three. But let's start with the two you're saying. Paying salaries and paying interest. What is the interest that we're paying and the salaries that we're paying? That contribution of those two things, what is it bringing in returns? Because that is the equation of business. Your business, your life, your work, everything you're doing, the investment have to bring returns.
Yes.
So where is the returns? That's the question that you need to ask yourself.
So